Hey guys, welcome to Crypto Talk Now. I am Larry and this is Max, and this is the Max and Larry Show. Make sure you guys stay tuned. Please pay attention to this video because 5 minutes before coming on here or so, I'm actually like at a loss for words. I am so, to put it mildly, annoyed about what just transpired. And I'm going to get into that. But before we do, guys, we have so many things to cover with Terra Luna and a bunch of other stuff. Before we do that, let's give a warm welcome to my co-host, Max. Max, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing great because I had my AC fixed, and man, everything's better when you're feeling nice and cool.
Good, so, yeah.
Back to you.
That's good. That's really, really good news because I know that was a concern. We're going to wait for a few more people to file in here, and I hope that the dev team is watching because I'm going to address somebody really soon. But before we do that, I want to get more people in here so they can hear what I have to say because it's important. It's an important learning lesson for those that are running projects that have Telegram groups, these type of things. Let's jump over to the screen and do some more mild manner stuff. And let's take a look at the overall market. So we talked a lot offline. Man, we must have talked for a couple hours offline. So what is your thoughts on, you kind of came full circle. If you want to tell the audience, I don't know where you're at right now, but you last night, you kind of came full circle on Terra Luna. What are your thoughts on Terra Luna at this point, this moment in time?
I think at this moment in time, you can't just dismiss it and do not overlook it. I'm not going to give everything away about my thoughts and everything in regards to the Terra Luna project and moving forward. I will state this. Make sure you're on the lookout for a video on my particular channel, Maximus Crypto. It's going to be out probably later tonight. It might be published in the morning, but nonetheless, you don't want to. And as far as my thoughts currently on it, well, how long do I actually have? Because last I checked, you want to rant and rave about what's going on with Terrarium. So go for it. Back to you.
Okay. So it wasn't part of the original plan. It really wasn't. And this show, I don't want it to become a negative show. I really don't. But at the same time, we are streaming every single night. And you guys are becoming like our family. You guys are becoming like our friends, our close relatives, our family, whatever you want to call it. The Crypto Talk Army, I think we're calling it right now, unless we can come up with a better name, is very small in number right now, but extreme scenes that are like, we're just the tip of the iceberg, guys. Like there's some real guys bigger than us that are investors that kind of direct the way this show is going. And I feel obligated to the audience, to the subscribers on this channel. I think Max might feel the same way. I feel an obligation to make sure that I call out the bull crap when it happens. Like I have to protect the viewers. I do take things sometimes a little bit too personal, but this is personal at this point, and this is personal. I'm going to come down, like, I'm going to try to put it like in non-professional terms, but as nice as I can put it. I'm really starting to get pissed off with the Terrarium dev team, the Terrarium, not Terra Luna, not Duquan and those guys. Those guys are not, we're not even on their radar, but I want to be on the radar of Terrarium. I gave them a chance. I gave them multiple chances. I wasted 2 hours of my life. I stayed up until 6 o'clock in the morning because I was working on an internet issue and I had about 2 hours of sleep. So I'm a little bit annoyed from that. But I will say this. I gave the Terrarium dev team a chance. I followed the chain of command. I went, and I'm talking about, for those of you that don't know, I am talking about Terrarium. Okay, so here's what happened. I don't know what kind of monkey business they're trying to pull, but I just gave them the benefit of the doubt. I directly messaged a member of the dev team. I won't say who it was because I don't want to put that person on the spot because they're not here to defend themselves. They won't come on the show. They're too scared to come on the show, apparently. Or they just, I don't know. They won't even talk to me on the phone. They won't message me directly on Twitter. They just want to take everything out in public on Twitter. So now I'm going to take it out on public in here because this is the only platform I have besides Twitter. So here's the situation. I messaged them. I just had basic questions. I invited them to come on the show, and I was totally ignored. I didn't try to sell them anything. I didn't try to charge them anything. Anybody can come on this show, and whether it's a subscriber, an audience member, someone that disagrees with us, a community member of a token, a dev team member, anybody can come on this show for free. If you guys want to make donations or super chats, that's great. If you don't want to, or you can't afford to, if the dev teams can't afford it, if there's somebody, like a smaller token, we understand that. So we're giving people a platform because we are obligated to our viewers to provide quality content beyond just Max and I always talking. Like, we provide good content as it is, but we want to take it to the next level. And that's by having quality guests. Now, so I invited the Terrarium dev team through Telegram, a private message to one of the team members, and also through Twitter simultaneously, almost within seconds. I copy and pasted 2 messages yesterday. I was totally ignored. I went into the reason why I did it that way is because I went into the main Telegram group and I was restricted from making any type of comments. I've never made a comment inside of Terrarium, and I've made 3 videos for free on my own time because I believed in this project and I want to see it be successful. I want to see it be successful, because there's myself and a few others that I know that are invested in this. Okay, so I believe that they had a chance to be a centralized exchange. Now I'm not so sure. I called them extremely professional before. I said that, I really liked the way they were. I used to cover a lot. I did 105 videos or whatever the hell it was on Saitama. Saitama left a lot of people down. I've got mixed feelings on it. I'm happy because I built the channel this way before I knew Max. And now Max and I are taking this channel to the next level with this show. But I was really, 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 really excited to cover Terrarium. I did it for free because I believed in the project because of namely the professionalism. The professionalism. Look at me in the eyes right here. If you guys are watching, clip this or whatever you have to do to get this back to the Terrarium dev team. The professionalism that was showed on the AMAs, even when they screwed up with the Binance crap that they did with Twitter, whether they got scammed or not, I was behind them. I gave them the benefit of the doubt. But now I'm not giving them the benefit of the doubt. Not at all. Because now it's personal, directed at me. Because the funny business, I don't even know who these monkeys are that run these Telegram groups. I really don't know who they are. But, I can hire a trained monkey to respond to me faster than they do. But they respond to me and they say, go ahead and try it. First they say you have to go through a thing. So like I said, I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt. Maybe it's a tech issue. So I go in there and try it. I can't get it. Eventually, they tell me to try it. I get in and I just type one word, hello, because I'm literally just testing to see if anybody can read my message. So nobody responded to me at that time, and I had to actually hit the road. And now I just go back in on the show. I go back into the Telegram group right here. I click on this off of Twitter just to make sure I got the right one. And I cannot get in. I cannot get into the Telegram group. It doesn't exist for me. That's it. So I write back, I have to write in public because I said to them, respond to me. I said to them specifically, respond to me privately, direct message me, or pick up the phone and scream at me if you really want to. I'll give you my phone number. I really don't care who calls me. I don't care who calls me. I would love for you to communicate with me. Don't communicate with me in public over Twitter because you're going to bring in this type of nonsense. You're going to bring this nonsense onto the show because you're going to play around and you're going to take a screenshot of me saying hello. And they're saying, is this you? And I said, yes, it is me. And then the monkey business is this, because then a few hours later, I don't know when they banned me because I didn't have time to go back in. I went back in right before the show just to double check on things. And also because I kind of wanted to say hello because I was actually going to say some nice things tonight. I was going to say, thank you guys for doing the right thing and letting me in to speak, to comment in your Telegram group. But now, congratulations. You are the only Telegram group that has banned me from something that I'm invested in. Like I have people, look, Cliff Fettner, say what you want. I don't care if you like Shinobi or whatever you want to say. I have like less than $60 invested in Shinobi. That's what I have left. And I think he kind of got the sense that I didn't have a very big bag of Shinobi. But we had some questions for him because there are people like Max here, and then there's people in our community that are pretty heavily invested in Shinobi and care about the project. Now, I care about the project. I just don't happen to have a very big bag left anymore. But I expressed my concerns because I felt like I was being ignored, and he was man enough to not only bring himself, he brought Teddy Ganja and he brought Shibnobi Strong. And of course, you know, we like Keith. He brought Keith, his friend from CBC. So he came on here. He handled it like direct on, like he was in direct line of communication with me on Telegram, like no issues at all. Like I understand he's a very busy man. And I understand the members of the dev of all these dev teams are busy. I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt. But what's going on here is pure monkey business. And I'm trying to be, you know, keep this channel clean and not, you know, say how I really feel. But to publicly show that I'm in and then secretly, like a little kid, ban me afterwards, that's just total bullcrap right there. That's like horse crap. It's the easiest, nicest thing I can say about it. And it needs to stop. And I'm using you. I'm going to take you guys apart. I'm taking your Telegram apart brick by brick because I'm going to make an example out of the Terrarium Telegram group to show you guys how you screwed over somebody that's invested, because I'm not going to make an emotional decision. I did that already and screwed up with Phantom. I lost $1,200 because they pissed me off in their Telegram group, and I got the hell out. Now I'm going to wait for it to pump, and then I'm going to dump on you guys. And I'm going to see what the rest of the people do on the show. I can't sway anybody, and I don't feel it's ethical to tell anybody in the show or the, you know, viewers to do what they do, whatever they want to do. Don't listen to me. If you want to stay with Terrarium, that's your business. But this is personal right now. You guys made this personal because you want to choose to ignore me. That's fine. Look, if you don't want to come on the show, just say, hey, Larry, thank you very much. We're not interested in coming to the show. Fine. End of story. Period. Done. But don't ban me. It's my community too. I'm a fellow investor. I need to be able to go into the Telegram group and say good morning. Because why? Because I want to bring viewers into the show, number one, because that's my number one priority, the Max and Larry show, in case you didn't know. And number two, I care about my investment. I kind of want to take the pulse. I want the pulse. I want to check the temperature of the community to see how people are feeling about Terrarium. That's supposed to be a centralized exchange. So this is the reason why I went public. So now I'm going to shut up, and I hope that someone comes on. I'm challenging anybody from Terrarium, whether you agree with me or not, to come on right now. You guys come on. You guys want to play this little game? You want to play this little game with your 12-year-old kids that are run your Telegram group, or your trained monkeys that are running it, whoever's running it? If you're a professional, you come on right now and you face the music. Because if not, I'm going to keep doing this until you do. Because it's not me that you're hurting. It's not just me. It's the people that are watching right now. Now I'm going to shut up and listen to what Max has to say.
I'm not laughing at you. It's just
No, I
understand. You bring a lot of.
I'm a little frustrated.
You're a little flustered in regard. It's just, I don't know. It's kind of like a Tony Montana moment. It's just like, hey, Terrarium wants to mess with me, huh? All right, okay. You could come on my show, man. You could come on my show. We can talk this out, man. You know, you want to mess with me? Okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so that's
like
what I
that.
got out of that. Yeah.
Well, it's good that we can laugh about it afterwards because the blood pressure, my blood pressure is going up, so I want it to go down a little bit. But yeah, sometimes you got to go public with the dirty laundry. Yeah, if they ban you and refuse to allow discourse to take place, expose the nonsense. Yeah, dude, like I didn't do anything. I literally said I'm having some issues getting in Telegram. Okay, and he finally responded to me and he said, "Try this," and I said, "I've tried that. It didn't work." Then I went back in. They said, "Try it now," and I tried it and it worked. And I said, "Hello," and they said, "Is this you?" And I said, "Yes." End of story. I literally was going to come on tonight and say, thank you guys for doing the right thing, for allowing me to have free speech in America or wherever, I don't know where these Telegram groups are, but I'm living in America. So it's free speech, right? So I want to be able to type and say, good morning, community. Good morning, family. That's what I say when I'm invested in something in these Telegram groups. I say, good morning, family. How is everyone today? Just stuff like that. I've never caused any problems in a Telegram group. But the monkey business is posting that I'm a member or that I'm allowed to speak in Telegram. And then afterwards, however long, because I had to hit the road because I have a life and I have to do things. Afterwards, you ban me. Like, for what? Like, what's the nonsense about? That's why I'm saying this should have been handled behind closed doors. You're bringing it out into the public. You guys should be ashamed of yourselves. Like, I actually had a YouTuber, I can't mention his name because it's not fair. I had a YouTuber reach out to me about the concern last night, and he's trying to smooth things over and contact the dev team. I really appreciate that. Like, I don't have any problems with any influencers that are covering Terrarium. Like, I actually think it's a good project. My problem is with the way that this is being handled from the Telegram. I want to clean up the space. Look, I'm not a blockchain expert. I'm not somebody that can examine wallets or spend that type of attention span to do that kind of crap. So this is my contribution. My contribution is to clean up the Telegram groups. That's what I'm trying to do. Okay, I'm gonna listen now.
So basically, you're going to try to be a tarp, totally, or was it totally a rug pull is supposed to be cleaning up the space from rug pulls, except for
Yeah,
in this case, you're going to be cleaning up the telegrams. All right,
exactly. Yeah, I'm
fair
not.
enough.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't have the qualifications of the fellows over at TARP. I mean, TARP can do great things if they want to investigate stuff and look at contracts and stuff like that. But that's not who I am. I'm not a coder. I don't understand that stuff. But I can use my voice. I can use my business sense. I can use my common sense and say to people, look, like, why would you ban someone for saying hello? That's like a deliberate thing. You're showing me in there to the public on Twitter, and then you're just turning around and banning me. Like that's
But
like
here's the
childish. Like
thing,
that's childish crap. Like this is
right?
real
Well, it
money.
is.
I have real money. Sorry, Max. I have real money invested in this, and people that watch the show do too. Sorry, Max, for interrupting you.
No, it's okay. Yeah, I mean, from that perspective, you're personally invested, and it just lights more fuel to the fire.
Yeah.
But when I think about this, I mean, I know I'm kind of joking around. Obviously, you're not joking around, but it made me think of tarp and the whole concept behind them of totally, was it totally a rug pull, and they're supposed to protect against rug pulls. It's just like, we talk about on the show the tokenization of certain things, like whether it's restaurants or where's the vet, the vet coin / token or whatever, right? They're gonna scan a Louis Vuitton bag to see if it's the real deal, right? That's one of their utilities.
Right.
Well, sounds like old Larry and I ought to get together and make our own token project where we go clean up the telegrams, right?
Yeah, I don't know if it would be a token project, but it's definitely, this is my contribution. If I can see an area of weakness in the space, if I can see some kind of nonsense going on with a token or a community, I'm going to call it out. Like I have a vested interest in this. Like if I want to like contact somebody from Tesla because I have Tesla stock, let's say, and I ask them some questions, or I say like, hey, how's everybody at Tesla Corporation doing? Like I don't expect them to act like this. Like, yeah, they might hang the phone up on me, but like guys, like, are we in like second grade here? I mean, do kids even act like this? Like, you say hello and you ask them on, because they won't talk to you behind closed doors. They won't act like men and ladies. They won't, these guys won't pick up their skirt and grab their balls. I'm sorry, I can't say another way. They can't just be a man about it and just say, okay, Larry, you're having an issue, in Telegram, try this. Maybe there's a technical issue. So here's a little private message from Telegram, and here's a little direct message from Twitter. They can't do that kind of crap. God forbid we had to be childs. It takes me like 2 hours because I'm going around circles responding to all these different tweets out in public. Dude, like if you want to contact me, pick up the phone and call me on the phone, or contact me through Telegram directly, or contact me directly through Twitter. And if you really want to be a man, then come on the show and contact me directly. Like right to my face, come right on camera and tell me how you feel about me, or tell me the reason why you feel it's appropriate to ban an investor that just is saying hello to the community. Like I literally said the word hello. That's all I said, just because I wasn't even sure if I was able to comment, and I was just testing it, said hello. Like, is that offensive to someone? Are we at the point where someone has a technical issue and can't get in and gives you the benefit of the doubt? Then they type hello and you're like, oh, we're going to fix this guy. We're going to show in the public, like we let him in and he doesn't know what he's doing. Right. But we really let him in. Isn't this you? And he screenshots it like a wise guy, like a wise ass, basically. And then afterwards, like bans me, like, haha, like, the joke's on you. Dude, I don't have time for these childish games. Like there's people that are a lot tougher than me behind the scenes that are looking very, very closely at these projects, like very closely. And I mean, you don't want to get on the bad side of these guys. I'm telling you, like there's some nasty guys out there. They don't play these type of games. Like I'm like easy compared to these guys. I'm easy to get along with.
Well,
anyway, yep.
All I was going to say is if they treated you that way, then they obviously treated other people that way. Like I have an expression, and shout out, of course, to everybody who's currently here. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the ranting of 20 minutes straight from Larry show.
I didn't intend for it to be that
with
way.
a little bit of Maximus featured on the side. It's just tell it like it is, but anyway. Now, in reality, yes. I mean, if they did that to you, like I said, they done to somebody else. I have an expression. Mike Wool, who's here, my best friend. Shout out to you, Mike. Love you, buddy. And that is, he says clean away. Johan, shout out to Johan, always helping us out, especially Larry. He says because they don't care about investors. Selmo Fudd, big supporter of the stream, says, hey, Max and Larry. But again, back to what I was saying, like I always said to Mike, sometimes he says it back to me. And those guys over on their Telegram, like I said, if they treat you that way, they've treated other people that way. And so our expression is, Ward, it sounds like they're a little hard on the beaver. So is Eddie Haskell, Molly and Miss Cleaver. I took that, of course, from the movie 8 Mile. But that's the whole point. If they're hard on you, they're hard on other people. You're not the only one.
Yeah, it's just, not everybody's going to speak out on it. That's what I'm trying to do, guys. Like, there's things said to me offline, and I'm not the only one that feels this way about Telegram groups. Like, I am not the only one. Like, when it came to the Phantom issue that I had, and kudos to Phantom, if you guys are listening, you guys don't care about me anymore. That's okay. But I still care about the people that are invested in Phantom Project. I made a mistake covering it. I feel guilty about it. But I will say this. I will give credit to Phantom Project for allowing me in the next day. Like the next day, they thought about it probably, and they're like, you know what? Let's just let him in because he's going to keep talking about us. Number one, they're probably thinking that, and we're getting bad publicity. And then number two, it's the right thing to do, right? As a free speech social media platform. Well, I got to just tell you something. Like when your tokens, if they ever come out with a centralized exchange on Terrarium, right? And your tokens get hacked or something like that, and there's a customer service issue, and somebody like chats with you on customer service, like I think you do with crypto.com. Luckily, I haven't, knock on wood, had any major issues. Are they just going to be like, well, you know what? Why don't we've gotten, we've got whatever they call it in tech terms. We've got 400 tickets open today or this week. You know what? We'll just delete half of them, and we'll just, we won't worry about those people. Like
this guy's got a real concern. Oh, do you have real concern? Do you not like Terrarium's community? Well, too bad. Because we're going to ban you. That's right. Here over at crypto.com, our new philosophy is to ban you, ban your family, and ban everybody else out there. Because that's the way we go about things. Yeehaw.
Right. Yeah, this is what he's saying. Like, that's what I'm saying. There's some really brutal people out there. When it comes, like if you lose a couple $1 million, like this guy did that showed up at Duquan's house, like they're not playing around. Like they're not like, it isn't like somebody like Larry coming on here and just telling them that you guys are like unprofessional and, full of crap, basically. They're like actually knocking on your door and saying hello. Like it's not hello in the Telegram. It's like knock, knock, knock. Do you live here? Oh, okay. Hello. Like, and then I don't know what happens after that, but it says you're absolutely correct. Just ask Duquan, people showing up to his house. He had to have the police provide his wife personal security. Stop playing with people's money. Thank you very much. Stop playing with the investors' money. Like, dude, I didn't even have any concerns. That's the funny thing. This is putting up big red flags in my mind. Now it's like, what are you guys trying to hide? Like, you don't want an influence in there because I might ask a tough question. I might expose something. Like, I'm not even there to do that. I'm literally there to say hello, to check the temperature of how it's going on, and to bring in viewers that are fellow investors from Terrarium. Dude, we already have people that are invested in Terrarium that watch the show, that are subscribers. Like, I don't get it. Like, if you're going to ban me, like, I think this is what's going on. I think they're so nervous about somebody saying something bad that they immediately, I just joined the other day, when someone joins, immediately they restrict them from being able to comment. Like, we can't get on in society like that. Dude, like if somebody has a problem with Tesla, like, are they just going to hang up on them? If somebody has a problem with any other service or product, like, is this what we do now in this culture? Is it like, well, I'm sorry that your Tesla blew up and caught on fire. You know what? Let's just erase this guy. We don't even need to talk to him anymore. Like, is this the way that we handle concerns? Like, and then if somebody's going into let's say that, I don't even know if Tesla has a Telegram group, but let's say they did. Let's say they were a big fan of Tesla. Like, I owned a Tesla. And I wanted to go in Telegram and be like, oh, man, I love you guys. I love all you fellow Tesla drivers. And I just want to say, hey, how's everyone doing today? Like, that's basically what I'm doing. I'm basically saying, hey, guys, how's it going? Like, I'm invested in Terrarium too. Like, how is everyone doing? That's my approach in these Telegram groups. And like, to immediately censor someone when they haven't even done anything wrong. And then on top of that, to play funny business in a public forum like Twitter. And then, say, oh, well, you're in now. And then all of a sudden, haha, behind the scenes, you're out. So, I mean, it's just stupid. Like, dude, like, if you have a problem with me, like, come straight on. Like, I'm not like a bashful, shy person. Like, I can handle like anything.
Well, that's for darn sure.
Yeah.
I'm just busting your chops, buddy.
No, it's fine. You can. No, it's fine. We're friends. So,
yeah. Now,
look, guys, look, Let me just tell you something very important. Make sure you follow Maximus on Twitter. Let's start with him first. He's at, did Johan get it right? DPG Maximus, right? Up in the upper left-hand corner. And also you can follow me on Twitter, Crypto Talk Now 21. This was supposed to be an exciting, happy show. Here's the happy stuff. What was that one cartoon? Happy, joy. Here's the happy stuff.
Ren and
Stimpy. Okay. Here's the Ren and Stimpy moment. Happy, joy. This is the first time with the Max and Larry show. We are simulcast. I think that's what it's called, on 3 different platforms at the same time. So we have YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. So I hope that guys share that, send this right into the, send this to the devs or whoever's, like, if anybody's awake over there at Terrarium, send it to them so they can watch this video and join in with us and see what they think of it. So yeah, it's live right now on Twitter. So there you go. And Twitch. Hey, check this out. Bank with Navy Federal Credit Union, and they are advertising cryptocurrency. Wow. In their lineup. One step closer to mass adoption and the central bank digital currency. I think Selmo Fudd's trying to get me to change the subject so I can calm down. That's good. You're helping me, Selmo Fudd. So what do you think of that, Max?
Hold on, I was navigating all these screens, so I had to jump back. Let's see here. He says, see, that doesn't show up for me.
Oh, you're not having the comment up there?
Yeah, but I'll just read it on this screen. So, hey, check this out. I bank with Navy Federal Credit Union. I have Navy Federal Credit Union, by the way. And they're advertising cryptocurrency in their lineup, one step closer to mass adoption and the central bank digital currency, XRP. The central bank digital currency XRP. Huh. Yeah, well, we'll check that out. I mean, like I said, for any centralized bank, central banks to say anything like we're going to adopt cryptocurrency, it sounds like it sounds like an oxymoron to a sense, because it defeats everything of what they're trying to portray and so on. So I don't know. That seems odd, but I'll check into it. I'm not dismissing it at all. That is very interesting. So,
Yeah, well, I think what he's trying to, if I'm reading it right, maybe he's suggesting that in his mind, XRP is going to be like a central bank. They're going to go with that as the central currency. I'm not sure about that. I know there's rumors about a digital dollar. So, here we go. So, ZZ called Duquan an idiot twice. All right, so I'm not going to say anything bad about the Terrarium devs because I don't know how far behind they are. All I know is that I direct messaged them, one of the members of the devs team, on Telegram and also on Twitter. So all that person had to do is just say, "Hey, Larry, sorry, we're not interested." And it's like, so I'm not going to like rip on them. So I'm not going to call them idiots or anything like that. Like, they're smart people from what I see on the surface. Like, they're physicians, and the one guy's a pilot. So like, these guys are highly intelligent people, but you got to rattle the cage of your monkeys or whoever is. And that's what I'm going to call them. I'm going to call them monkeys or zombies or whatever I feel like calling them on the day. Today they're monkeys because they're
in this day and age. You can't even call them monkeys because some idiot out there. I'm going to say that flat out. Some idiot out there will probably call you racist when it has nothing to do with it. You even followed it up earlier that they were trained monkeys.
Yeah, trained monkeys.
But somebody out there would probably say, no, that's racist.
Well, I don't think so, but I mean, maybe if they want to think that, whatever. That's I can't get.
I'm just saying that is the society we live in nowadays.
Yeah,
in which everything is racist, or they'll take that snippet. Oh, he said that. That's racist. So,
well, anyway, I'll say it again. The trained monkeys that they have, that they're hiring in there, they need to, in the Telegram groups, they need to train them properly and be like, look, like, this is not how you treat people. Like, this is not a game. Like, dude, like, I'm not here to play with kitty cats and puppy dogs and like, all these little gifts that people put in the Telegram groups. Like, I'm actually here to like make money. Like, I can be nice to your community because I want you guys to come on my show. But like, it ends kind of like right there. Like, the proof is in the pudding. Like, are you going to make me some money or not? Are you going to make the people on the show money or not? Or are you going to just be like a jerk? Like, like, if you're going to just like screw people over and not be serious, like, how can I take anybody seriously? Like, I started, like, I'm not going to pick on them because I started picking apart their website, and that's a whole nother show, but I'm not going to get into that. But maybe I was drinking the Terrarium Kool-Aid. I don't even know. So let's see here. Yeah. So he says, okay.
Give me some of that purple drink.
Huh?
You ever watched Dave Chappelle back in the day? When he
Yeah.
came to the Kool-Aid. It's like, give me
Yeah, I
some of
like
that.
Dave Chappelle.
Give me
Yeah.
some of that purple drink.
He's talking about IMF, ECB, and BIS. Squeaky wheel gets the oil. Yep. Okay, Kevin Cassidy. In this case, it didn't look like a scam. It was just, sorry for the lack of a more polite word, stupid. He said, yeah, CZ. Look, dude, like CZ is like no joke. Like this guy is like, way up there. Like he's like Elon Musk type intelligence. Like I don't think and also he doesn't like pull any punches. Like if he said it was stupid, I think like 99% of us would agree that it was stupid. Like if you read
Well,
some of
he's
the
in the
comments,
top tier of crypto. Think about
yeah,
this. Obviously, Elon Musk is a huge advocate for what? Dogecoin. Then
yeah,
you have Vitalik Buterin is the head guy from Ethereum. I mean, you can't really count Charles Hoskinson. For some reason, I always want to call him Dr. Charles Hoskinson. But anyway, but the point is, the big three that stand out, right? Elon Musk, Vitalik Buterin of Ethereum, and then I would have to say number three would be what? CZ of Binance, right? So, I mean, he's no small fish in a big sea. He
yeah.
literally is a big fish in a big sea. So, I guess
Yeah,
that's a weird pun. CZ, anyway.
Yeah, he's like he's no joke. CZ, like when he talks or when he tweets, people listen. Selmo Fudd, I'm going to answer this question. I know where this is coming from. So Selmo Fudd says, can Volt really reach $50 billion market cap? My thoughts, no way. Okay, so I watched a little bit of what Rodney was talking about the other day, my crypto journey, and he's saying, I understand his perspective where he's coming from. He's getting tired of like, these people drinking the Kool-Aid. Look, I can see what he's trying to do. He's trying to protect people on his show from drinking the Kool-Aid because we've seen this show before. Like, we don't want to see things go up like Saitama and, no one have an opportunity to take profits. But I also watched Jake Gagan's response, and I can understand where he's coming from as well. He makes good points as well because he did like a response video to what Rodney said. And, we've seen a lot of things in crypto is what Jake Gagan was kind of, his point was, anything is possible. My thoughts on it, 50 billion, no way. I don't see Volt getting to 50 billion. Could it get to like, 1, 2, 3, 4 billion? Like Saitama, 5, 6, possibly. Yeah. I mean, if they keep on keeping on, but remember, they're not doing anything that, is revolutionary. I mean, they've got a strong community. They remind me a little bit about Saitama in the early stages, just not like as toxic. So that's good. They have a chance. Okay. I'm sorry to dominate here, but Max, this is very, very exciting news right here. So what you're looking at on the screen, I hope you can see it. This person's name is, okay, I know who it is. It's actually Johan. Okay, Johan is the first ever Twitch viewer. We actually know Johan, so he's a friend of mine, but he actually is watching us on Twitch.
I've been on Twitch since you mentioned it. I've been on there. But yeah, me and Johan, I think that's both of us in there right now. Right on.
You guys are okay, good. So we're checking it out. He said it's working perfectly. That's good. So we're doing good with the tech stuff. Okay, OK says maybe David Schwartz of Ripple. So, Pulse Chainer, Phantom Project, the gold of my Web3 portfolio with their staking and 1-year roadmap. Look, I know I like Pulse Chainer. He was responsible for getting Crypto Keith. And I got to be fair. I have to be fair. I'm a very fair guy. I'm going to be fair with Phantom. They do have a good staking platform. They have good staking rewards. I will say that. They're also, I'll give them a little bit of the benefit of the doubt. They have bad timing because of the way the market is. And I think that Matt is a good guy. Maybe, not so too much crypto experience in terms of running an actual project. Like he even admitted it, but that's good. It's 3 months. But again, it all comes down to marketing. I don't want to say it's too late for them. This is almost like not such a great time to do marketing. It was better like right away when they launched. So I don't know, man. I kind of feel bad for those invested. Pulse Chainer says, I have about 10 decentralized social media projects in my portfolio, but Phantom is the only new project which has extreme staking rewards. Yeah. I mean, that's good. So Max, what else do you want to talk about? I've done enough ranting and raving, and
are you sure about that? Are you sure?
I want to make
absolutely sure.
Let's teach somebody. It's time for Max to be a teacher.
Let's see, almost 35 minutes. Are you absolutely sure you're done ranting and raving about all of this and all of that? My
Probably
goodness.
not.
All right. All right. So with that said, guys, I'll say this much. All right. If I can just have the floor for just a little bit, if that's okay with Larry.
Okay.
And that is, I'll put it this way. Back to the subject of terrarium, not terrarium, Terra Luna, just briefly. I'm not
Okay.
going to show you guys everything I'm going to do on my particular video or anything like that, but I want to point out a few key things um, in regards to all of this. So I will state this, and that is this. You know, a lot of people have again hopped back on the bandwagon and completely or abandoning the whole thing. Uh, I realized I think I even saw a video that um, Larry linked me not long ago in regards to what's going on with the ecosystem and how the Terra Luna ecosystem is various projects from the ecosystem are being invited by CZ to jump ship and go a different route, and that was to be expected. And I'm not going to even argue that. I get it. And the big issue is, well, for those of us who currently hold Terra Luna, the one, the amount that we currently have, we're going to be held stuck holding the bag, and it's not going to have any value. My response to that is just briefly a few things in regards to that. So I'm going to get into this just for a little bit, but I want it to be food for thought. I also want you to understand there's going to be a mixed reaction to this. And then there's also going to be a little bit of an outlook. This is kind of like a teaser, if you will, for an actual proper video. Now, when I do videos, it is a little bit of a different format. Obviously, it's not the same as what you see here and so on. But if you want to check it out later, hop on over to my channel, Maximus Crypto. I should have it up sometime tonight or in the morning, depending on where you're at. So, for instance, it says Luna has a lot of growth potential after the recent price collapse. And I'm not going to read everything verbatim. I'm just going to give you guys some snippets here, but it's significant. So a lot of people are kind of wondering about this whole, like a price prediction. Some people have, thrown around this idea of, well, all I have to do is root for it to be $1 and so on. And hey, I'm with you. A lot of us are in the same, on the same boat in regards to that. There's nothing wrong with wanting to root for that. You might not be rooting for it if you were a previous investor of Terra Luna, but my point is this. So I have used a particular site to look at analytics for, I don't know, I want to say, maybe about a year and a half or longer. And they have consistently had it right. Not all the time, but I would say maybe 80% of the time, which is really high. And they had it completely right about Shiba Inu. And I realize this is an apples to oranges comparison, but bear with me. So, for instance, it says they're looking at Terra's current price statistics to understand where it stands in crypto rankings. Now, listen to this. Based on their long-term price prediction, Terra is likely to reach, I don't completely agree with this, but it says $1 by the end of 2022 and $3 by the end of 2023 and possibly $5 by 2025. Now you may think this is nuts, and it sounds absolutely crazy, and I'm totally with you in regards to that. It goes on to mention Terra is also expected to reach at least $10 by 2030. You may think there's just no way. It's tanked. It's not going to do that. So then, of course, there's the big question. Are these Terra Luna price predictions realistic? You might be saying absolutely hell no. A big fat H, the hell to the freaking no. You're out of your freaking mind. And it says, is Terra a good buy? And then, it gives a broader outlook. So, for instance, it mentions a lot of the optimism like we're currently facing right now with Luna. It says it has to perform well into the future and so on in order to hit some of these price predictions. Now, where I'm going to go with in regards to all this is this. It mentions a few things. It says, for instance, as far as the technical analysis, this is a little bit mixed, but when you look at the overall average of things, some of this stuff makes you have a big moment like, I really need to look into this. Yeah. So it says, just like all cryptocurrencies, Luna is highly volatile, which we know, extremely volatile. Let's be honest. It's a gamble at this point. It says it's common for cryptocurrencies to drop to record lows. Now, here's the point I want to make before shooting back up and making new highs. Now, I get it. This example I'm going to show you guys is not based on the tarnished name and all the BS that's recently happened, but it is food for thought. So, for instance, Luna was trading at pennies back in 2020, literally. But by late 2021, it had made highs, as we know, of over $100. In fact, all-time highs, I think, was either $114 or $116. Goes on to mention, in the recent crisis, there has seen its reverse course, and in under 3 days, Luna, as we know, dropped to lows of point. It says here, for instance, 4 zeros and a 1. Well, as we know, it was more than that. It was actually at 6 zeros at one point, and some people were able to hit that flash sale and so on and take advantage of that. But as we know, the dust settled from that and whatnot. Luna made a comeback temporarily. This was probably late last week. Here's reported 900%. Heck, I remember even texting a couple of my friends, one who happens to be here, maybe still on the stream, which is Mike Wool. I was like, wow, this thing is going parabolic, temporarily speaking. It was like up over 2,400%. During its volatile period, there was a lot of price action, as we know. People who, of course, got in at 0.6 zeros in the number, who invested, for instance, I think it was 0.6 zeros and a 6. And if they put in, like, for instance, $6,000 and saw it pump up to that 15-minute mark, it was up to 0.2 zeros in the number. Those people literally became millionaires in like 2 days. They took advantage of a system, or not a system, I should say, of the volatile times, extreme volatility, but they benefited from it. I'm not going to keep going on and on about this, but there's a few things I still need to point out. So
let me interrupt you real quick, because I just want to acknowledge somebody that came in here and I haven't seen him before.
Sure.
His screen name is Armed to Fight to You, and he wants us to answer a question, and I'm going to direct that question to you, Max, because you're more knowledgeable on this subject. He wants to know, is it worth staking Luna if you own it? That's what he's asking.
It depends on what you want to do. For me personally, I am avoiding the swing trading with it. I know it's very, very appealing, but all the points I'm about to make here in a moment, for me personally, I don't want to swing trade this. I want to accumulate as much as I can. I'm going to get to that point here in a bit. So let me just have a chance to read some of this.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to bore anybody or anything like that, but it's a hot topic that we don't want to dismiss just yet.
Oh, a lot of people want to hear this stuff. A lot of people are wondering, should I get this or not? We can't tell you, but you need all the information.
Yeah, I'm not trying to make anything boring or anything like that. I mean, I know at the end of the day, we're talking about cryptocurrency and so on, and sometimes it can get boring with the technical analysis and so on. I will state this. Multiple analysts, okay? So they're going to take some data from multiple different sources. I'm going to get to that in a second, but stay with me. This stuff is actually pretty interesting, and if anything, it'll make you not be as dismissive, and don't listen to the naysayers. Again, none of this is financial advice, but I will state this after I mention some of this, or you see my video, whenever you do see the video. I am not a professional gambler, and this is not gambling advice, but I will state this. It says, overall analysts seem to agree that Luna has what it takes to make a comeback. They had a comeback from before. You got to keep in mind, it was at pennies. They had a huge run up to over $100, as we know. A 1-year run up. I'm going to get more into this. Anyway, it says the analysis shows multiple analysts have enough, I guess you could say, gathered data to believe that Terra Luna, which I know this sounds nuts, can make a comeback despite the recent price drop. And this is a recent publication. It's not like I'm pulling something that happened 2 weeks ago or anything like that. This is literally like like yesterday or the other day. Right. So to make a real comeback despite the recent drop, most analysts using technical analysis believe that Luna could bounce back. Listen to this. This is nuts. When I saw this, this is what caught my eye. This is why I want to share it with you guys. Could bounce back to $1 in 2022. I'm not saying it's going to happen next week. Wow. I'm not saying it's going to happen next month. But the whole mention of it happening in 2022 really raised some eyebrows, mine particularly.
Let me just interrupt you right there, Max. So mathematically, I would think that in order to reach $1, they would have to do a massive burn. Don't you think?
Yeah, give me a second,
Okay,
okay?
go ahead.
Sorry, because I
Go
mean, I
ahead.
gave you the floor with your rant. Give me a
Yeah,
second.
yeah, yeah.
No offense, I'm trying to make a point here, and I want to
Yeah.
get this. I want to pound this home,
Okay.
okay? So it says long-term Luna price predictions also point to the potential to reach $10 per Luna by 2030. Now I get it. A lot of our crypto investments, I myself, I'm very diversified with my crypto portfolio. I'm into about 36 to 38 different projects. My attitude is not a matter of um, if I become a millionaire in 3 to 6 years, it's just a matter of when. And I full heartedly believe that. There's a lot of factors that come into play in regards to that. Not just for me, it can happen to you too. What's
Right.
going to happen in regards to that is the overall crypto market cap. More adoption is just naturally going to affect these altcoins. It's an absolute fact. Bitcoin, Ethereum represent 81% of the overall crypto market. You'll hear big influencers tell you the same thing. They're not making it up. You can see it for yourself. So with that said, that's why we always root for those. So I'm going to go on to mention, I know it sounds nuts, $10 by 2030. You may think, well, it's going to be dead by then. Give me a chance to make the point. I'll have the evidence here to propose to you guys. I'm not trying to sell you on anything.
Right.
You know, we're all big boys. We can make our own decisions. Listen to this. Coin price forecast. According to coin price forecast, now again, this is where I'm going to pull multiple sources for you. Won't just be like, well, Maximus is just pulling some BS out of his, you know what, by going on some random website. No, I'm not. Price forecast. According to coin price forecast, Luna is expected to close 2022 at only 0.00051,078, or an increase of 176% from its current price. Current price, as in roughly yesterday.
Right.
By 2030, they expect Luna to be trading at 2 zeros and a 1. Doesn't sound great. But again, I'm pointing this out to show that I'm pulling this from 4 different sources for you. You can at least see that it's not just a bias, oh, we're gung ho for this. Walt Investor, I'm going to go on a little bit, has one of the most bullish Luna price forecasts at the moment. Wall Investor expects Luna to trade at $72 by the end of 2022. That's just nuts. I don't believe that personally. I'm just going to throw that out there. And $360 by the end of 2027. I still think that's just too crazy.
That's a lot.
Just get where I'm coming from. Now, Trading Beast, all right? I don't know if you ever heard of them. They have a price prediction of 2 zeros, 1 4. Again, it's just a little bit mixed. CoinSkid, 3 zeros and a 6. ICO Creed, a lot of people go to that for pre-sales and so on. They want to know about initial coin offerings. Listen to this. ICO Creed is bearish on Luna short term. A lot of us are what? Bearish on it also short term. But expects the price to make a rebound by 2030. That's a long way away, but hear me out. Here's what the analysts at ICO Creed had to say about Luna's price potential in 2022. According to their forecast in 2022, the price of Terra is expected to reach a minimum level of, it says, 0. They think it's just going to absolutely go to 0. But however, they go on to mention, they said the price of Terra is expected to reach a minimum value of 2 zeros, 5, 2030, so on and so forth. Here's the final one in regards to some of these ones, or sorry, the second final one. Government capital. Government capital is the opposite, basically, of this ICO Creed. They believe that they're bullish on Luna, Terra Luna. Price predictions post the May 10th, 2022 crash have it that reaching up to $103.50 in 2022. I know that sounds crazy. By the end of 2022. There's some other examples I'm going to give you where it shows that they can hit 10 cents or dollar, so on and so forth. I'm not going to read every single thing, but here's the one part I do want to point out before I wrap this up, and you can watch the video if you want. If you don't, that's fine too. Terra Luna price predictions based on those previous sources, like a mixed reaction, and of course, the analytics insights site in regards to all this. This is from 2022 to 2030. It says after the recent debacle that saw Terra's stablecoin collapse at the price of Luna, which dropped 99%, Luna's short-term price is blink. So nonetheless, investors like ourselves are showing resilience, and the price has rebounded by close to 1,000% from the last recent lows. That is still significant. Now, it goes on to mention, it says, for this reason, our Luna price prediction for 2022 is $1. You heard me right, $1. We expect Luna to rise by $10 by 2030 if investor confidence in the Terra blockchain returns to its previous crash levels. Now, why is this so significant? The reason why this is so significant is you've got to keep in mind a few things when it comes to journalism or any of it. Here's an example. Brian Williams, who tarnished his name in NBC News years ago. You might know the story behind that. Well, he took a break from journalism and broadcasting and all that for about roughly a couple years. He came back, and he came back strong, and he actually was able to return to having high numbers with his viewers. The Nielsen ratings, if you follow it, also showed that he was able to rebound. Now I know this is you may have the attitude this is apples and oranges comparison, but the point is this where it's significant, and the point that they're trying to make on this site is significant. Over time, people forget about history. As the saying goes, history has a way of repeating itself, where people forget about history. With this whole thing with the Terra Luna price prediction, they feel as though if Terra Luna can even salvage any of their current ecosystem and then build upon that and even expand by onboarding new people or new projects to their ecosystem, it will create a thing called what? Buyer confidence, or in this case, re-confidence. By doing so, they're able to build it back up. And if they build it back up, you will see things not just it going up to a penny, but again, these goals of hitting $1 again. You also got to keep in mind what's currently going on with the Terra Luna, going to the classic. I'm going to wrap things up. I know I'm going on my own spiel now, but
no, you're fine. This is what I've been wanting to hear this since last night. So you're good. Yeah.
So there will be a Terra Classic. It's basically what we currently have, and the thing about that is you may be wondering, well, is that going to become worthless? Now, no, it's not going to become worthless. At the end of the day, I'm going to keep pounding this home forever. 0.0 is zero. So all these people saying that things are going to go to zero, this is not quite zero. And here's why it's not quite zero. Everything that's recently happened, yeah, it's gone from a $40 billion market cap to what? It's like $1 billion. It might even be below that.
Yeah, it's actually 734 million. It's down, man. Yeah,
it's down. It might even crash to 10 million. But the point is, there's still some value. It could crash to 1 million. I don't know. You might think I'm just completely nuts, and I'm okay with that. But here's the thing: I have changed my outlook on it based on some of the. I wouldn't say necessarily it's evidence, but the analysis in regards to this, where it shows that all they got to do is just get new investors to come on board, not necessarily people like you and I who are like, I will never touch that. I'll never touch that because it has a tarnished name. What is a current name out there that's being thrown around daily that has a tarnished name because of everything that happened with the SEC? XRP.
Oh, XRP, yeah.
Absolutely. But
I thought you were going to say Saitama, but
no.
not the SEC. Yeah.
Yeah.
XRP. Yeah.
My point is with XRP, it's like, yeah, it's a tarnished name. They have this whole thing with the SEC going on. There's a lot of investors from the past who are very upset at that project because at one point it was worth a decent amount and it tanked, right? But guess what? You can still get XRP, like for instance, you can get on Bitmart, you can get on KuCoin. There's various exchanges that you can still get it at. And yeah, right now it's like dirt cheap. But the point is, it's that risk to reward ratio that I'm always talking about. So I will state this before I wrapped up this topic, and the reason why I'm kind of pumped up on it is because I see a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel. I still look at this at the end of the day as not being an investment when it comes to anything that's Terra related. I look at it as being a gamble. But right now, I'm treating this differently compared to what I did before. Before I said, well, I just want to get like 34,000 tokens, or sorry, of the Terra Luna coin. And just like a lot of people, I thought this is a lottery ticket, and if it bounces back up, cool. And if it doesn't, I can afford to lose that. And then second, I said, no, you know what? I'm actually rooting for this to be more of a bearish thing, for I can get it on the cheap. And so now I want to accumulate 1 million of these tokens, or coins, I should say. And so I did that. So I had, as a result, I have over 1 million. I am now obsessed with this.
I know.
Okay.
We talked for
And
like 2
I'm
hours on
obsessed
the phone. Yeah.
I'm obsessed to the point where now
That's good.
I may actually activate my KuCoin bot if it's compatible with all this. I got to look more into that. From what I saw, I'm getting ahead of myself. It only allowed you to pick like a few different cryptocurrencies. It didn't even allow you to pick Terra Luna. But the point is this: if I have to manually obsess myself over where I notice at some random time of the night that it drops to 5 zeros and the number, let's say it's 5 zeros and a 1. I am going to treat this particular project like I did Shiba Inu last year. With Shiba Inu last year, I said to myself, I'm going to get into Shiba Inu at 50799. I did. I bought 1 billion of their tokens. You know what people said during that time? People said that Shiba Inu is a joke. Shiba Inu is dipping down. Shiba Inu is boring. It's just trading sideways. And as a result, it did. It literally traded sideways from May of 2021 until October. It was the most boring time with it. All you had was top influencers saying that this is the greatest thing since sliced bread. And then guess what happened? All new time highs, all-time highs in October. I was able to take my 8K investment and watch it 11x to 88K. The point I'm trying to make to you guys is this: don't have the attitude that you're going to look at Terra Luna that it has to shoot up to $1. And I will close with this: have the attitude that maybe it's possible that part of their ecosystem could rebound. Maybe it is possible that there will be new buyer confidence. Maybe it is possible that in the future, whether it's at the end of this year or in a couple years, that we'll have so much new adoption because, for one, the market is now bullish. We have a whole bunch of new investors, and the new investors aren't going to look into the history because they're a bunch of noobs. Let's be honest. Yeah. And so as a result, this market cap that was low starts to gradually rebound. Final thoughts on this, just real quick.
Take your time. Yeah.
For me, I want to accumulate. I know this sounds nuts, and I may be considered a fool, and you guys, it's okay. I could take it. I will root for Terra Luna to hit to go to 5 zeros and a 1. And the reason why I'm rooting for that is because then that is only a $1,000 investment. Or heck, I might only throw $500 at it, and it becomes, which I can accumulate $500 million. But if I do throw 1,000, and I'm on the fence of doing that, if it gets to that point, then I have my billion, and then it becomes math. And the cool thing about that is this: I get 1 billion of these Terra Luna, I guess you say Terra Luna Classic, or whatever they're going to call it.
Right.
Then I don't have to be like the majority of everybody out there who is like, oh, it has to hit $1 for it to do anything. No, I don't. Because at the end of the day, it's math. All I have to do is root for the thing to hit a penny. And if it hits a penny, then guess what? I'm now worth $10 million. If it hits a half a penny, I'm worth what?
You were, what would you say?
Get the point.
You're worth $1 million.
Yeah, I'm worth $1 million. If it hits half of that, what am I worth?
500,000. Yeah.
Right.
Right.
And even lower below that, 200.
Oh, you mean you're going to send me a Christmas present if that happens?
My point is this, guys: have a plan, realize the math, realize the zeros. You guys may have very well gotten involved in projects like what? Shinobi, Shiba Doge, and so on. If that's the case, you already know the whole concept behind the zeros and how significant it is for it to erase zeros. Take that same mindset, add it to where you're going to root for a bearish market temporarily. I hate to say that. We're already in a bearish market anyway.
We are, yeah.
Root for this thing to get to that 5-0 mark. Not gambling advice, because that's basically what it is to a sense. I'm not a professional gambler. This is not gambling advice, but I am rooting for Terra Luna to add a few more zeros so I can get that position. And then after that, once I get that position, I am going to hold on to it. I'm not going to swing trade it, because I truly believe that this, on the risk to reward ratio, at some point, those classic tokens or coins, whatever you want to call it, are going to be worth more than what they're worth now. And think about it, man. it could very well, you don't even have to root for the thing to go to a penny.
Right.
You just have to root for it to go to half a penny, or
Yep.
2 zeros for crying out loud. You can have significant gains. That's not swing trading. That's realizing that the project can absolutely rebound. Don't listen to the naysayers. I will say that much. Don't listen to the naysayers. Those same naysayers said that Shiba Inu was a piece of crap.
Yep.
And as a result, I was able to have that was life-changing money for last year. Being able to 11x my $8,000 investment turned to 88K. Are you kidding me? Not a lot of people could
that's
say
great.
that. I can honestly be able to say that. But I know I'm going on my own rant. I do need to say one last thing, and that is, of course, at the end of the day, guys, it could go the other way. I realize that. But that risk to reward ratio is so appealing for me right now. And so that's my play in regards to it. If they can recover anything and salvage anything from that ecosystem, and this thing just gets to over a penny again during this bearish time, you can do the math for yourself. Open up a spreadsheet or take one of those I think it's called mathcalculator.com or whatever. Add up to zero. See it for yourself. And last but not least, if you want, you can watch my video. I'm going to break it down, all of it. It's not me just trying to be nuts and have crazy faith in something. At the end of the day, we all have faith. We all have something we want to believe in. But, a lot of people didn't believe in Shiba Inu, and look how that turned out. Don't turn your back on a potential huge opportunity for yourself. Again, not financial advice. And that's my closing thoughts on that. Be on the lookout for that video, nonetheless.
That's what I was going to say. So here's my little plug for Max and his channel. Guys, follow Max on Twitter at D like dog, P like Peter, and G like giraffe, Maximus. Go follow him on Twitter, because once he drops that video, he will post it on Twitter, and that's when you guys will know to go watch it on YouTube. I'm actually really looking forward to watching it myself, and I'm not just saying that because you're my friend and co-host. I actually really want to watch it to see what I can glean from it. Also, yes, I'll answer some of these questions here. We appreciate you, Kevin Cassidy. Are you talking price predictions for what may become Luna Classic? Yes, that's what he was talking about. Pulse Chainer says, rebalance bot on KuCoin lets you pick Luna $40 minimum. What settings would you recommend? I have 40% USDT, 40% Luna, 15% KCS, and the rest 5 between ETH and Bitcoin. Would you want to answer that, Max?
I can't make the recommendation yet. When there was a lot, I will say this: when there was a lot of swing trading, it does give you that. I guess you could say it's like a template for your bot, if you will, and it lists the top 3 on the desktop version of KuCoin. At the time, it showed a particular person, like their generic username, whatever it is, and that person had like a 68% increase ratio based on that bot, and then of course it mentions the other 2. It always lists the top 3. You yourself can choose, if you want to go with that particular format that person used. Excuse me. Or you could just do, for instance, what you were mentioning right here, Pulse Chainer in the chat. Me personally, I cannot make any recommendation on that yet, because it was something in which I said to myself, well, on the app, because I got we call it the reward. I got the reward bot from KuCoin that basically says, hey, you got a free trial. You're going to be able to use this for so long. You have to put, I think for me, it says something like, originally it was 800. I think they lowered that to 400, if I'm not mistaken. Don't quote me. And that is for the trading bot. But when I went into it, right, I went into it with the app version. And on the app version, see, I'm not like Larry. I actually mute the mic. Anyway, sorry, Larry. On the app version, I actually I saw that it only allowed me to select some of the ones they promote. So, for instance, the KuCoin exchange token, right, and like 4 or 5 other ones. And I thought, what the heck? Like, I don't want to buy the KuCoin. I want to do, Terra Luna. So, again, I can't really recommend that. It's something I need to play around a little bit more with. But in regards to what you're stating, as far as the rebalance bot on KuCoin, where it lets you pick, for instance, Luna 40 minimum and so on, go with your gut on what settings you want to set to in regards to that. I will say this much: in the future, Maybe near future, we're covering US double D stable coin, which is a new thing from Tron, and having that paired up with near. And I realize none of us want to touch algorithmic stable coins with a 10-foot pole at the moment. And can you blame any of us? No, right? Because everything
No.
happened with UST. However, let's be smart about it, right? At the end of the day, if we can get 60% on our stable coins, we should still look into that, whether it's algorithm or not. But what I've said previously on the show is let's give ourselves an insurance policy. And the insurance policy is what? Taking like a rebalance bot or taking whatever bot it is, I don't know, whatever bot it is, and setting it so if it's an algorithmic stable coin, setting it so like, I don't know what you're comfortable with. Some people are not even comfortable with it dipping below 98%. 98 cents. For me personally, I would set my bot, if it dipped below 95 cents, then I have it set to an auto buy and I'm pieced the heck out of that. Screw that. I'm not going to wait for the thing to take to 8 cents. Those are the type of things I'm talking about. People talk about things like who are new to crypto. There is really no crypto education. You kind of rely on such and such YouTube channel or what you read. I mean, we of course do our own research, but that's the play that I'm going to do in the future. I need to research more of the Near protocol and the pairing with, of course, US stablecoin double D. And the reason why I'm thinking about this is what? The housing bubble. It may pop at any moment, as you know. This house here in Phoenix, I should be able to get 400 grand for this house. This house that you see in the background here used to be just a regular middle class house, but because the housing shortage and et cetera, it's gotten out of sight. My attitude is, am I really going to wait for that bubble to burst? Probably shouldn't. And with that said, if I sell the house, I don't want to take that money and go against the principal. I want my principal to produce what? Interest. That's why I shake my head when I see people win the lottery and they spend against the principal. It's like, you're nuts. Earn interest. Pass
Right.
that generation to generation. Like, be smart about it. So my attitude is, if we can get anywhere from 30 to 60% on this Near protocol pairing with US stablecoin double D, and this new promotion, 60% on KuCoin, yeah, it won't last forever. I get that. But you know what? If we were even able to pull that out for, I don't know, 3 to 6 months, wouldn't that be even more worth it compared to 7% or 10% for your traditional stable coins? That's what I'm talking about. Create yourself your own insurance policy. Don't rely on the Do Kwons of the world to figure it out for you, because look what happened with that.
I'm going to read some of these comments, guys, and then we're going to wrap it up here. And I'm going to give a plug for tomorrow's show. So we've got Arm to Fight. We appreciate you again. He said he took $300 with Shiba and made 6,000. And then a follow-up comment he just said here, Arm to Fight you. He says, I still own 35 billion Shiba. That's quite the bag. That's good, man. Rose P. I hope that I don't think that Rose is the same. Like, you know how they have those bots in the Telegram group. So I don't think Rose is a bot. And she says BTFA is the best project. So I used to own BTFA. I did a video for them one time, and I made my money and I got out. And that's only because I feel like we're in a bear market, and I just wanted to move out of some of the low cap tokens. But I don't think it's a bad project. I think that it has potential. I don't want to go rant and raving again, but I kind of got the cold shoulder from the dev team when I followed up with them. So we would love to have them on the show. If they want to come on, or somebody from the community wants to come on from BTFA, we'd love to have them on. I think it's a good project as well, but we'd like to hear more. Okay. So another comment here. Kevin Cassidy just wrote this. I read yesterday Ethereum's move to proof of stake should happen in the next few months. Can't wait for this. Yeah, I heard rumor that it might happen in August. So he's bullish on Ethereum. So that's that, guy. So here's the quick plug for tomorrow. So tomorrow we have a surprise YouTuber guest tomorrow. It'll be the first YouTuber guest that we have on the Max and Larry show. So obviously we're both YouTubers. So it'll be the first guest that we have that's another YouTuber. And we're looking forward to this person coming on. I'm not going to say if it's a man or a woman. It's a surprise. Haha, not a bot. Yeah. So we are going to have them tomorrow, and we're going to get into something. And I'm not even going to say what we're going to talk about, because I haven't even discussed it with Max. But this person has some good stuff to talk about. So we're looking forward to seeing you tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you guys so much for being with us. Be safe out there. We're going to sign off. Have a good rest of your day, morning, or night. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, everybody. Take it easy.
Take care.